Good afternoon, cross tippers. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2011. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I am Chelsea Brownie. In today's headlines, calm weather has enabled salvage crews to remove oil leaking from a cargo ship near the New Zealand reef. A woman in Utah is convicted of trying to sell her 13-year-old daughter's virginity. A man gets 14 months term for Texas mosque vandalism. A Stephenville woman was hit by a car. Homecoming week kicked off last night, and Stephenville Yellow Jackets earned a hard-fought victory. Now today's top story. The Associated Press reports that calm weather has enabled salvage crews to remove more than one-third of the oil from a cargo ship marooned on the New Zealand reef. Maritime New Zealand, which is an environmental protection entity, reported Tuesday that it has been pumped 530 tons of oil from the vessel Rena and hopes to increase its pace of removal by adding more equipment. Crews are in a race to remove as much oil as they can before the ship sinks or breaks apart. Calm weather over recent days have allowed them to make progress in the stop-start effort. An estimated 350 tons of oil has already spilled into the ocean, killing 1,370 seabirds, while about 960 tons remains on board. The Rena is a container ship, and the amount of oil spilled is only 5% of an average oil tanker's cargo. The Liberia-flagged Rena became ensnared October 5th on the reef, 14 miles from the Tarleton Harbor. In national news, the Associated Press reports a woman in Utah has been convicted of trying to sell her 13-year-old daughter's virginity. She pleaded guilty to sending sexual suggestive pictures of her daughter to a man. The 33-year-old mother made the plea on Monday in Salt Lake City on 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. She also faces 2 first-degree felony counts of aggravated sex abuse of a child and life in prison. In exchange of her plea, prosecutors agreed to drop those charges. She now faces up to 30 years in prison as opposed to life. Police say she used a cell phone to send pictures to a man she was trying to sell her daughter's virginity to for $10,000. Her name was not released in order to avoid identifying her daughter. In state news, the Associated Press reported a 34-year-old man has been sentenced to 14 months in federal prison after confessing to vandalizing a suburban Dallas-Fort Worth mosque last year. Henry Clay Gaspel of the Arlington pleaded guilty in February to hate crime of destroying religious property. U.S. District Judge Terry Means of Fort Worth sentenced him Monday for setting fire to a playground equipment at an Islamic center in South Arlington in July 2010. A Tarrant County Muslim community spokesman has said a surveillance video showed Gaspel spray painting obscene graffiti and setting fire to a wooden playground equipment last July. He could have been sentenced to up to 20 years in federal prison. Means orders Gaspel to report to begin serving his sentence November 21st. In regional news, a Stephenville woman was hit by a car into a brick wall last week in the parking lot of Tanglewood Pharmacy. Michelle Perry was helping an elderly person get their wheelchair back into the car while the brake slipped, pinning Perry between the car and the building, doing noticeable damage to the wall. Perry is currently in Harris Methodist Fort Worth Hospital. Details of her condition are not known. In Tarleton news, homecoming week was kicked off last night with the Silver Bugle Hunt. Students were given trivia questions about Tarleton state history and had to answer a certain amount correctly. The winning team was the Dream Team, a team of Kappa Delta Rho members. Dream Team member Corey Lee said afterwards, "We won it last year. We're the Dream Team for a reason." Silver Bugle Hunt is only the first event in the week full of traditions and activities. Purple Out Picnic takes place tonight at 5:30 on the patio outside the dining hall. Tomorrow night is Yale Contest in Wisdom Gym. It starts at 9 o'clock. In sports, the Stephenville Yellow Jackets earned a hard-fought victory over Killeen Kangaroos last Friday, 37-33. The Jackets started the game off 7-0, but Killeen quickly answered, and towards the end of the fourth quarter, Killeen was headed by 13 points. The Jackets scored a touchdown and managed to hold Killeen to a fourth down situation that resulted as a safety. Preston Brown returned to the ensuing punt and for a touchdown at the Yellow Jackets' victory. The weather today is sunny and windy with a temperature of 78 degrees. Today's broadcast was produced by Clifford Jones, David Sosa, Decoy Saunier, George Storm, with Matthew Mills as engineer. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan TV news service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of us on Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Chelsea Brownie. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton campus.